Hello and welcome back to Factorio Fixit. Let's play another factory. This time it's by db48x. I wonder where that name comes from. Let's do this thing. Oh, no speedy legs. Need legs. It's only power armor Mark 1 bugger. Rightio. Advanced info. Let's have a look around, see here. So there's factory. Wait, let me have a look, see here and see. Where is it? There it is. 33, okay. Bullet shooting speed 4. Right, okay. So this factory, we're still in, well, this is the late mid game, I would say. The factory's technology really isn't there yet. And, okay. Fair enough. Seems like it's okay. But I'm already noticing a few things. Firstly, the lack of lights. Give me light. Secondly, let's oh, those lights are going to take a little while. That's a bit of a whoopsie. Anyway, gets rid of the fish. Grenades. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Got too excited again. It's kind of situation normal for me. Those logistics bots are rather slow. So yep, we're getting stuff in. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All happy days and excitement. Excitement and happy joy times. Go there. There's red wire. I need to come. Oh, there's green wire. I need to come check that out in a little while. See what's happening. So just looking through the factory, it seems that this is pretty disorganized. I can tell by there's lots of corners and lots of business going on where it looks like it's all just been jammed together. For example, well actually, hold on a minute. That's a little bit interesting. Distributed research, I think is what we'll call that one. It's like a hive mind but different. Also what? Okay, I suppose that makes a little bit of sense doing it that way. Let's come over here and ditch some stuff. Clean up the old inventory before we get too carried away with the episode. Get rid of you, you, and you. Don't need you, with you, or you. You can go away. Ammo, grenades, modular armor. What the hell? I hate it when that happens. Batteries, don't need you. Yep, happy with that. Okay. Okay, modular armor, fusion, gate, iron chest. You don't need any of that. That needs to be down there. Okay, blueprints we'll keep. We'll get rid of those ones. Those ones. Those ones. Okay, now we're ready to go and see what we can tackle. Now it seems to me that this factory has kind of grown out of nothing. There's been no plan, because you'll notice that here's the main bus such it is, and here's another one. And then you have things interrupting it, which is never a good idea, or never a good sign. And then it curves and it corners and then it flips around, and it's just what's this waiting on? What's this waiting on? Oh, okay, it's full. Okay, so that's one way of doing things, right? But why is it not being taken anywhere? So here we've got a red wire condition set up. Here it is set up again, and another one down here, and I reckon there's another one down here. So what this is, right? This is the early game way of setting this up. To make your factory smarter, you definitely need to set some sort of condition to make sure they don't overproduce. However, as you transition into the late game, it's a better idea to put it into the logistics network. That way it's global. Anytime you've got a red wire condition, it is local. The difference being is that if I take these 100 and then put them into a passive provider over here, or anything over here, that's not going to know about it. It's just going to be preoccupied with trying to make 100 of them for this little bad boy right here. So that is why you don't want to do that. You'll notice though that there's 153 in the network currently, so it hasn't started doing it. Whereas if this was a red wire condition only, boom, it'd be off to the races, baby. It'd be trying to win that 100 meters. It's the same thing here. instead of setting it up as a green wire, change it to a logistics network condition. That way you get the benefit of it being a global condition with none of the drawbacks of it being a local condition at the same time. This same thing, switch this over to global. Where is it? I've lost it. There it is. Work less than 200. The fact that db48 has set up limits is great. Without limits, you can end up with a situation where your factory is just making things for days. And to be honest with you, having resources for days, certain types of resources, is not a good thing. For example, if you have 4.8k of red science, chances are you're not going to use that. Not all of it. You're going to use some definitely, but not all of it. And I'm sure someone's done the math on how many red science you exactly need. So let's go check out the train setup, such as it is. Okay, similar kind of idea. Right, so here we've got these set up to put filters, which is one way of controlling what comes in. But again, a global condition is often a better setup, because instead of setting a filter right, we can just say work on this amount, work on that amount, and it will adjust itself and work when it needs to. If you're relying on this passive provider, you can end up with a situation where one's more than the other. For example, you can see that we've got 19k copper. That's simply because somewhere in the system there's 19k copper just sitting there, whereas we've got much less iron. And ideally you want those numbers to be level so that your factory has the ability to react to whatever it needs to quickly. So we come up here. I reckon the no, storage isn't there. I wonder where that storage is. Nope. I wonder where that 19k storage is. Could it be in the belts and the boxes themselves? I wonder. Let's go up here. Might actually be that. I reckon that that's probably where it's all stored. That would be 19k if you added all that up. Let's go over here, have a look, see what's crack-a-lackin'. You can see plenty of lights and everything going on. Oh, sorry, signals going on. There's not enough light, that's what I'm trying to say. Need more lamps. Rightio. So we're nearing in on the oil, an iron base here. See, nice patch, half utilised. And I don't know what those trains are waiting for. They're clearly waiting for something. Here's a wall. Let's go outside the wall and see what's happening. Oops. Hate it when it does that. Ha. Got it to work that time. Let's keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Ha. So considering how close these rails are together, it makes it hard when you want to do something like this. It means you've got to cross both lines. This here means that this line will be blocked while this one's got to train on it. And there's the signal. Okay, this is a copper. No, sorry, coal. This is a copper. Wait, wait. Damn it. Okay. So that's fair enough. Yeah, all looks pretty straightforward. I think for the most part this is a very good attempt. It seems that the basics are certainly there. The rail system's there, the logistics plots are there, the technology research is there. I think just with a little bit cleaner set out, this would certainly be a very, very good factory, and it seems like db48x is right on the edge of being a very good player. And the only thing holding him back would be that better set out. That idea of run your bus left to right or up or down and keep it straight and then build in straight lines. It makes the brain work so much easier. You don't find you have to overcome all these little issues and problems where you try and build around corners and fix things because of your design decision of to put a kink in your main bus. Working without kinks is much, much easier, much more straightforward. And after you start playing that way, you certainly don't go back. There's certainly charm in building factories that go around corners, but the savings in mental brain power and the gains in efficiency and just it working plain better just make it a better proposition. Grenades, never really use them. I've used them once in my playthrough, but never really made them or used them too heavily. Because I always, just rushed capsules, so rush distractor caps, and use them instead of grenades. I found that the distractors are infinitely more powerful and much more useful because they shoot. Grenades have this annoying habit of firstly distracting, like attracting the biters, but after the grenade blows up, the biter goes looking for a new target, which is generally you. And that can get orkies. So, it seems like everything's running smoothly. Here is an example of a bad build. This is just robbing down here of everything. So, what is oh my lord, here's another one. Why is there coal? Okay. So you can see that when you start having these things have kinks and you need this over here, really what you need to be doing is using splitters. Because splitters will save your bacon. It will automatically distribute things to where they need to go. So for example here, instead of just flogging it right off this other belt, we can put it into a splitter. And what a splitter will do is it'll guarantee 50-50 between the two. That means that even though this needs lots and lots of resources, it will never steal so much from this line that it will get nothing. And that's the important thing. Now here we just don't have enough room to do it because of this stupid coal line. The coal line really needs to come out and around here. Either that or be put onto the logistics bots network. Now copper, you need a similar kind of situation where you have the room to just split it, so that right now you can see that there's zero. Zero is getting down here, which is a problem because suddenly all this stuff stops working. It's not going to work. Not until you get them some copper. So splitters can ensure throughput in your factory, and that's really important. The other thing is that because it's all packed in so tight, there's no room to improve your designs. Once you see a problem, for example here, with there's so many corners, you're limited in what you can do because there's stuff so close to it. And when there's stuff so close to it, you're really going to struggle to make a better design. You can see here that we've got stuff going on everywhere. So let's improve it where we can. Again, splitter. Get this, go sideways, boom, done. And this will ensure that not too much goes wrong with it. Now here with this kind of idea is it's just plain bad. Well, let me see if I can improve this. Okay. Okay, that copper line is annoying. Sorry, coal line is very, very annoying. So what I'll do, right, is I'll fix the copper line, the coal line, once and for all. Okay, here we go. So that needs it, so we'll stop it here-ish. Happy with that? Good. I'm happy with that too. And what we'll do is we'll just go with a smart inserter, boom, come with some power to here. Okay, of course. No power. Right, work while there's less than, say, 2,000. 2,000 should do us. Work less than 2,000. Now notice that there's 22k in the logistics network, which is a good indication that we've got too much anyway. Having that much coal is pretty crazy. So we remove this coal line, suddenly it's going to free up a lot of space. And it's surprising how much space you do free up just by doing this kind of thing. You know, we can ferry the amount of coal that's required all the way over here just using the bots. Now, what we're going to do is we're not even going to remove it all. Okay, so we've got the line here. What we're going to do is just set up the requester and the fast inserter. Okay, there's that. Bit of power. Whoops. We're going to request in, say, 200? 100 should be fine. Okay, there's some coal for you. Happy days. Good. We're fixed. So that gives us a lot of room now to be a little bit free with our central bus set up and try and correct this and get it working properly. You notice that this is taking up a lot of space. And this is doing some crazy stuff, which I don't know what. We'll just skip that, shall we? And stop that there. Now, I need 50% to come over here. So we'll just tee that up. And, well, that's in the way, isn't it? Now, there's a lot of flexibility there. We can just pretty much plonk this wherever we want. So we'll go there. Which, you know, why not? Go to there, come around, go over. We just need another splitter. Because splitters are the bomb diggity. That's going to fix that. Now I'm working at a pretty close scale at the moment, because this is all fixed that. Now what we need to do is we need to ensure that this, so we need to ensure that this has some copper here, and this has some copper here. Now conveniently there's enough space to do both, which is really good. Happy about that. Okay, now we've got 50-50, happy days. So this will do that thing, whatever. And we need another one to come here, and again we'll grab another splitter. I'm telling you, splitters are awesome. Okay, that's going to do it, and it's going to make sure that there is some resources coming down at all times. Now in here we need to fix this as well. So this is really not good. How to do it? How to do it is the question, my friends. I really need a 3 splitter. Unfortunately there isn't one in the game. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? There's just really not the space that we need, is there? And this is the problems that you start running into, and it makes the game harder than it needs to be when you do this kind of these builds and these designs that don't allow for straight lines. You know, it's a perfect example of complexity out of simplicity. You know, you've only got 4 ways that you can move, and it's really not terribly difficult. But when you start adding in you know, curves and bends, and it just creates this issue where you've got to get gradually more creative with your solutions because of the constraints that you place on yourself and the design choices that you make. It just makes it harder. Now, yeah, basically there is no way. There is no way to fix this here. Or is there? Or is there? That's the question, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. And I think we can fix it given thinking a little bit broader. Dreaming a little bit bigger, my darling, as that person from that movie said. Don't be afraid to dream a little bit bigger, my darling. It's a good movie, that one. Inception. This is, of course, the reference. 10 points if you can name the actor. He was also in that fighter movie where he fought his brother. He was angry. He was like this real angry dude, but like a really good fighter. He like destroyed all comers. Okay, so now we have the space. Unfortunately, we're going to have to use more bends than I would like. Ah! Bugger! So, this is in the way. So as you can see, even I'm struggling right now. I am struggling to get this to work because of how it's all been laid out. And you know it's an issue when someone who's spent a lot of time in the game can't get it to work. And I hope that kind of proves the point that you can make things harder for yourself than they need to be. And it's just a matter of practice and time. That when after you've played the game for a bit, you learn that you can make things easy for yourself and you can make things hard for yourself. It's just up to you, what you want to do and how you want to approach it. That's not going to work. Damn it! So you can see that I just can't figure this out. There's just physically not enough space in this little area to do everything we need to do and get it to work how we need it to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you with that thought right there, that sometimes there's problems that are unsolvable, and it all comes back to that original design decision. For example, we have batteries here. What on earth are the batteries doing here? They should be over there with our build. For example, what's a green science build doing out here? They should be together somewhere so that you can control it a lot easier and you don't create these problems for yourself. So thank you very much for joining me. This has been a very interesting factory, full of headaches. I can only imagine how it would be to continue to work on this one. If I was to continue playing, what would I do? I'd look at a full reset, basically. I'd look at tearing down large parts of the base and then trying to straighten out these lines. So it just makes it easier for me to work on. The base will continue to grind along at a very slow pace, but until you make that big jump to move to a more effective design, you can't really expect more out of it, because it's really got no more to give. You know, I think DB has done a really good job of milking every ounce of efficiency you can from this factory, and you know, there's some minor things you can do to fix it, but there's not really going to be any major improvements to be found just by replacing one splitter here or one splitter there. The basics of the design have already been set, and it's already been really set up in a way that's going to get the most out of it. That is to say that you really can't do any better than what you've done right now, and it's going to take a major redesign to fix that. So with that in mind, I'm going to rebalance this belt, and then I'm going to say adieu, farewell, farewell, adieu, adieu, adieu. Boom, rebalanced. As you'll notice that we've got, you know, space on the belts that we can fill up, so that'll be happy days. Without further gilding of the lily, I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for joining me. If you'd like me to play your factory, be sure to send it through to rootnegative@gmail.com. I'll have a crack at it, especially if you've got an early game factory that you're really struggling with. I want factories that are dead in the water. That's what I want. I want factories that are like, $10 says you can't fix this. You know, the situation is so balked that there is no recovery. That's what I want to play around with. And I wonder why these active provider chests are not actually having robots come and take stuff from them. That's a question for another episode. Thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, see you later.